Okay, audio check, audio check. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to share this with a few groups. Normally we would be doing Premiere for the most part, but I noticed that we actually have a few more hours left to do a quick draft. I've been doing a few of these quick drafts just to pretty much get as many drafts of Tarkir Dragonstorm out as possible. I pretty much enjoy the set for what it is, and I also note that the alchemy draft is going to be coming about this coming week, so I want to save that token for that. So with that in mind, we'll just do a quick draft, see if we can see how things are, how different they are. Also, pretty much it's some cost saving measure. If I can avoid spending on gems, I definitely would. So pretty much I just want to keep up with this for the time being. Yeah, quick drafts of this, especially if it's a set you want. It's pretty. Now that hey, Mark Anthony, yeah, thank you for liking the draft. Nice to see you around. Also, quick shout out for those who follow Pokemon Unite. There is gonna be another event coming up soon for the Philippines. Please stay tuned. Anyway, with that in mind, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we are doing a quick draft of Tarkir this time. As I said, I want to save this draft token for the alchemy set next week. And okay, so first let's be on the lookout. Okay, barring this rare, which is not so exciting but it's fine. Let's see, what removal do we have? We have a Twin Bolt and a Worthy Cost. Neither of them that exciting. So I will most likely just take this Blade. It does incentivize multicolored creatures, and it also incentivizes that we, instead of going for the Dragons deck, that we try to pick a lane somewhere. And okay, we have some interesting options here. So there's the Runescale Stormbrood. So you get the 4 mana 2/4 dragon that gets +2/+0 when you cast non-creature dragon spell. Comes with its own counter spell. Or a Purging Stormbrood comes with its own combat trick, lifelink and hexproof, and gives us a 5 mana 4/4 flying with ward. I am more inclined to take this one. There is a Sagu Wilding, which if we want to go into dragons, this helps us fix our deck. But I pretty much want to take at least one. I could also take the Furious Forebear, but whenever a creature you control dies while discards in your graveyard, so pretty much a threat that keeps coming back. If we want to go down low, keep our mana cost low, that's it. But I kind of want to take this one first. Alternately, I could take Absan Monument, but pretty much the consensus on Absan is still the same. It's not that great. We do have a Mardu option in Defibrillating Current, but this is super bulky. I could just take the Feral Death Gorger, get it out of the way. There's a Reputable Merchant, but this is also not so great. I think we chose the wrong colors to go with our Dragon Fireblade. Okay, something a bit more interesting here. We could just take a Breaching Dragonstorm. It sets us up for a possible Mardu, which is red, white, and black. We could take a Roiling Dragonstorm, which helps us filter through our deck. I would rather take the higher impact spell in this case. I could also just take another Feral Death Gorger, but I think I would just go for the Breaching Dragonstorm. Let's see if we can go Mardu this time. Well, there's a Mardu Devotee that would get us Mardu. Statics there is pretty much the power removal spell, and it coming this late means that we're probably open on this one. If I had taken the blue-red dragon instead, I would be taking the Dispelling Exhale, but we'll take the Static Snare here. And let's see what we get. Reigning Victor, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible, has Mobilize. So this is a decent option. There's an Adorned Crocodile, but our curve is a bit top end. This is also technically top end. But nothing else is much better. I could just take the Evolving Wilds. But we'll take the Reigning Victor for now. We might be in trouble. Okay, take the Stormplane Detainment. If we can go white-black with red as the splash, that would be okay. Potentially it also opens up for a green splash as well instead, so that gives us an opportunity cost there. And it's also a dragon, so I will take this one as an option. So we want to be on the lookout for... Well, the Mardu Devotee is an easy pick here, but I could also just take the Bloodfell Cave. No, we'll take the Mardu Devotee for this one. We want to be scrying quite a bit. I would be on the lookout for an Absent Devotee if it gives us access to green. Teamer, no, that's blue. I think that's pretty much it for cards that give us access to it. Okay, we got absolutely nothing here, so we'll take the uncommon. Underfoot Underdogs or Reputable Merchant. Neither of these are great. I guess I'll just take the Merchant Seed, but I'm probably gonna end up cutting it. Italo HG, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? So we're doing... Let's see. Okay, we're missing one of these. We are doing a quick draft this time because I want to save up on cash. Ooh, Inevitable Defeat. Exile target non-land permanent. Okay, this is solid removal. I could also just take the Molten Exile, which is really good, but it doesn't come back. So I might rather just take the Inevitable Defeat here, though this is a bit harder to cast. I'd still take it, though. Scarred Barons would be nice. Marshal of the Lost would be nice as well. So the green cards are not looking so great. Sultai Monument gives us access. We'll nab a forest, nab a swamp, not much else. I could just take the Dragonstorm Globe. This has always been quite solid. We're not playing blue this time, so we don't get... There's another Static Snare. I'll take the Static Snare first. Hopefully we can get a Globe to wheel, otherwise we'll just have to start drafting... Well, not this one. I did say Absent Devotees in our line. I would take it over Skirmish Rhino right now, because we're kind of torn right now on what colors we are. In fact, I could easily go Absent again. Maybe just splash for this one, because the Reigning Victor is not really great. Formation Breaker, it's fine. Sagu Pummeler, the Earth Carver is fine. I think I can still delay. We can just still stick to white-black and figure out if we do go Absent or Mardu. So we have a Hardened Tactician. We want to be on the lookout for Endure or Mobilize cards here. Right now we have none of them. Well, there's a Mobilize card, but it's in red. I would much rather take the Dragonstorm Globe at this point. Sunshield actually turns out... Yeah, we'll take the Dragonstorm Globe here. Okay, there's a Sultai Devotee. This one does... sets up our colors, but not in the right way. The Absent Devotee is the correct one. I'll take a Boulderborn Dragon, even though we're not running the... Still better than anything else here. Let's say I cut this one. The Rite of Renewals don't exactly do it for me. A Sultai Devotee might do it for me, but I'm still stuck in white-black, so I don't necessarily need it. I just take the go. Okay, there's a Relic. There's an Evolving Wilds which helps us fix our mana. Dalkovan Pack Beast does give us a Mobilize, so this is something I'd be interested in. Sagu Pummeler is fine here, but yeah, we'll take the white-black cards if we can. So Dragon Backlancer also gets an in. I could take the Unburied Earth Carver as well. It's a cheaper card, and our curve is kind of all over the place. I guess we take the Earth Carver for now, which allows us to take Poise Practitioner, cast second spell. We're not casting second spells. Aggressive Negotiations is actually turning out to be quite good, so I'm willing to take this one. Our removal is literally just the 2 static snares, so the worthy cost might be worth it. Flash Creature is fine. Tempest Hawk is not fine. I would much rather have either the Pummeler or the Earth Carver. I guess the Earth Carver is fine as a late game card. Yeah, another Boulderborn Dragon came back. The Sunshield came back. I'm not so sure how much I wanted, but still a decent 4-drop. Bloodflies came in, so let's see if we can make it work. And we got an Elspeth Stormslayer, so we got paid off already. Nice, nice. Jericho Elada, thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for tuning in at the best time possible, opening an Elspeth. There's a Nomad outpost that I could take. Right now, we're literally just white-black. We're just figuring out what our... If we run... So right now, I'm actually considering... If I don't see any other decent creatures, I would consider... yeah, any of these lands. I did not take the... Did I not take the... Okay, I did not take the Evolving Wilds. So I could start considering taking lands at this point. Or there's a Dragon's Prey. I will take that. So... Death Gorger is kind of fine. Host of the Hereafter, this creature... Yeah, this is fine. All of a sudden, the Sultai Devotees are kind of playable, but not so great. Nightblade Brigade is meh. I think I'd rather take the Formation Breaker here, but I want to minimize our green as much as possible. We're running only 4 green cards. I still have to, well, we do have the Devotee for red. There's an argument that running 2 colors is preferable, but the 3rd color being splash may be helpful. Yes, that is pretty much the plan here. And I guess with that in mind, we'll take the Brigade. I can easily start cutting down some of these extra cards as well. Speaking of splash, there's another Dragonstorm Globe. I could take the Bloodfell Caves as a way to splash for red for this inevitable defeat. I could also just take the Osseous Exhale as another removal spell. Like, our dragon count is 5, so this is quite good. I think I can take this. And I could probably just ditch the inevitable defeat at this point. There's an Encroaching Dragonstorm for splash. I might rather just take the Riding Dawnbreaker. Or the Bearer of Glory, which can also be quite annoying with the right counter cards. Let's also figure out, we're currently main black. But is that correct? So like I could cut this one. The Hereafter is kind of fine. The Reputable Merchant's actually kind of weak. I'm willing to cut that one. Yes, we're going to end up not having many creatures for this Dragonfire Blade, so this could also be an easy cut. And I think that's what we're going to end up doing. So it's now a question... Because these 2 are technically 2 drops. Yeah, I think I would take the Dawnbreaker here. And we're going to keep getting these Reputable Merchants, so I'm going to try to see... Outrider is fine. We actually need to start making cuts here. It's a nice thing that we have the time to think about this now. So, what does our curve look like? Dawnbreaker is actually a 2-drop. Stormbrood, it's a combat trick, but so that doesn't count. That can stay there. Feral Deathgorger can be played as a cycler. So we kind of want more ways to generate tokens since we have Elspeth. So. And I might prefer Endure in this case, so I think I would take the Sandskitter Outrider here. Also, we are heavier in black, and I can see some cards in white that I'm willing to cut. Like the Sunshield, I'm willing to... Well, there's another Sunshield, but I'll take another Death Hunter here. The Sunshield, I am willing to cut here. We kind of need card draw, so we will take this one instead. The pack beast. I think I'd rather just load up on 2s here, then I can probably cut some more. Well, kind of have a plan, but I can see there being a bit of an issue here. I probably will just cut the Dragonfire Blade. That's a very easy cut. Oh, there's also this one will check. So we have a lot of things we have a lot of ways we can play around this deck here. Also, yeah, so first Jungle Hollow. I probably just cut the inevitable defeat. Let's just get that out of the map. Let's just get that math out of the way. It's a shame because we also have a Breaching Dragonstorm that we could splash into as well, but okay, so how many dragons do we have? We have 7 dragons, so and since we don't have a way to tutor this Boulderborn dragon, I can easily cut these 2. So we're really splashing green for just these 2 cards. We have one other creature that can equip this one for 2. This is too expensive. We cut the Dragonfire Blade. So 17 and 10, I kind of want to cut. So I have to cut 2 of each. If I can cut more white, I would. And the fact that the cats with Elspeth might sign this Prince format, yes, true. Yeah, knowing that coming in, so I guess I do keep this one. Our removal suite is 1 Dragon's Prey, 1 Oxus Exhale, 1 Worthy Cost. That's 3 removal spells. Stormplane, 2 Static Snares, so that's 6. I think our removal is fine here. Aggressive Negotiations. It does set up the Delta Bloodfly, so there is that. I guess the easy cut would be Unrooted Ancestor. And again, we have to do a sanity check. Like we could play these 2 and 2, but it just draws us a card. This one actually gives us a creature. This one stays here because that's his combat trick. I have to cut at least 2 more cards. I'd cut the green, but this is still my game. Okay, if I were to just cut the... Okay, let's say I cut the host and the armament dragon. I would have no need for this. I would want at least the armament dragon. I can see an argument for cutting this one, but it does give us addition. But it does move counters around, which can be quite annoying as well. So and it's basically a 4-mana 4/4. No, I'm willing to take the risk on that. That said, I only need 2 green sources, so what's gonna happen is 1 forest can go, 1 swamp comes in. 9. I basically should be cutting white cards here, so the exhale probably can go. We have a lot of black removal. That puts us at 16 and 9. I can cut 1 of any card. I can cut the Earth Carver because I'm sacrificing another creature just to put a +1/+1. And what's my mobilize? My mobilize is the Pack Beast, the Nightblade Brigade. Not much anything else. It's not that exciting. I think I'm willing to just cut the Bird Carver here. And we can go with it like this. So I probably would want to try to cut 1 more white mana, but we'll see. We'll test it out like this for now. And we're very likely going to be making additional changes. So our only Prince card is basically just the Elspeth. Everything else is just Pauper mode. So we have to be very aggressive. I would not be surprised if I hunt this one a bit. Okay, keep this one. At the very least, the Scry 2 gets us something. And I probably might... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Super risky keeping both, but I know I have a sequence. Fortress King Guard and Endure. Depending on how our opponent endures, okay. I'm actually just tempted to just remove this right now. But we'll play this first. Yeah, this probably might be super greedy. Bearer of Glory, that is a better target. Though Hardened Tactician is also kind of fun. Decent. Okay, we managed to scare our opponent off. We'll take that. So next turn, I could just use Worthy Cost to remove one threat. Also, this Devotee does not generate green, so this one, I'm fine with just removing this sacrificing the Devotee. The Devotee kind of devoted, but not that devoted. Only going for the red-white Boros, which actually is the #1 counter for the multicolored dragon deck. It's supposed to be super aggressive. Right now, it's kind of being held back a bit. Us having a bit of an early game curve kind of helps us here. Mantilla Rason, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? Opponent goes underfoot underdogs. There is also the argument for just taking this out because if this starts pumping sideways, it becomes a nightmare. Also, Worthy Cost not having an alternate. Pack Beast, draw card, sure. Does our opponent have removal? Coordinated maneuver? Okay, they do have removal. Okay. That made no sense, but we'll see. Here's the thing, if I played this, I make 2 tokens, I can block sideways for the most part. And I guess I do that. I'm hoping that there is no removal on our opponent's side.
The multiverse will be free from this scourge. I welcome all allies.
Elspeth sounds so weird. Yeah, of course they have it. Now we have one of our own, so we'll see if we can counter that. As it is right now, we are... I kind of want to go sideways here. Technically, I could have swung with these, but right now I'm really on the defensive. I'm just waiting to see if I can hit, say, my other detainment or some other neat combat trick. I'm willing to take 4. I'm just gonna probably... Let's see. Maybe he snipes something? It's gonna probably snipe that, which makes sense. Oh. Does our opponent have another combat? Rebellious Strike, draw a card. That's fine. It doesn't save it. Oh wait, does he have a way to save it now? Okay, getting greed, going for it. So target, then just bump the counter here. Yeah, we're kind of on the defensive until we can hit a trick. Our opponent could just start tapping this, start swinging at us. So that gives us 5 turns. Yeah, now if we hit green, it's going to be really bad because we're going to need to hit one of our lands. I think an Evolving Wilds would have been... Dragonstorm Globe would have been kind of fine. Actually, Static Snare I think only hits creatures, which might be the issue, so our only way of getting this back is this one of its own. Okay, we can... Opponent had, let's see, 1, 2, had 4 pieces of removal. We managed to hit it right away. If our opponent has a way to pump, we're just dead. We're not quite dead yet. Okay, got ourselves 1 turn. But yeah, this is the white-red aggro deck. It's gonna... Yeah, this doesn't do it. We kind of got greedy expecting this to land, but it did not. I'm definitely gonna put the Osseous Exhale back because we definitely need the additional removal. I guess I can. I like the Battlefly's plan. So it doesn't make it a great hitter. Also checking Static Snare. Oh, it only exiles artifact or creature. It doesn't take out enchantments, so that is an issue. Cruel Truths would have been fine. This would have been fine. Yeah, we did not hit any of our dragons at all. So you probably want to start cutting some cards to make room for that. I guess I can cut the pack pieces. It makes tokens but doesn't really do... It makes tokens, it blocks the ground a bit, so that is kind of a plan. But if I can, yeah, cut... Well, it's trading a white card for a white card, but it does give us some removal. Okay, definitely keeping this one. We don't really have a turn 2 play, so I'm kind of safe on just playing Martu Devotive turn 1. Elspeth again. Elspeth might... I'm thinking that Elspeth might be the death of us, but maybe not. So next turn we go for the Dragonstorm Globe. Also makes our other dragons somewhat better here. Do note that this is just pay 2 life ward, so it's not... So it's more like a tax rather. rather than an extra cost. It doesn't really protect our dragon. See if our opponent has removal for this. They probably do.
I will turn the tide.
So we're gonna try to gain our value from this right now. Also, don't swing yet. Because next turn, what are the options we have? We can do Riling Dawnbreaker, generate 2 tokens. If our opponent generates a large enough creature, I could just remove it instead. Yeah, this while Elspeth is out. Okay, that was fast. I'll take it. Well, to be fair, our opponent also was kind of slow on the take too. They did not have a fast start either. So we'll take that win. That was super interesting. And okay, this is the flip side. We do have more. We don't have that much white though. I know I have a turn 2 play, but if I don't hit any white, I guess I can keep this for now. I think I'll play it safe. Take the mulligan. This is better. We can probably drop the worthy cost. So turn 2 flies, turn 3 brigade. This one is gonna be super annoying, but I can't really do anything about that. They do hit the land. Yeah, this is super powerful. Opponent's also playing green-blue, so definitely keeping that. So opponent can swing for both. I would probably just take the 4 and block the botanist first. Oh, opponent has something. Teamer Devotee. I don't think our opponent needed to tap for that. Oh, they might have a... Yeah, Piercing Exhale. Okay, that's a bit annoying. We have to take the 6. Constant hitting lands. Okay. So question, Feral Death Gorger? No, we play Host of the Hereafter. Still not exactly blocking, so we probably should... Oh, come on, our opponent just curved out. That's not fair. I'm gonna have to take that. So we played this. Now our opponent can swing with the 4/4 as well. If our opponent has yet another combat trick, let's give it Vigilance. Oh, almost clicked that one. This is sorcery speed. Yeah, there's nothing I could really do about that one. Ugh. So we have an Absent Devotee, but that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, We just got curved out. That was horrible. We really needed an answer for that turn 2 creature. Like, our opponent hitting their lands with it was really super helpful there. Also, us having to, well, our other hand wasn't that great either. Actually, as far as this draft is concerned, it's really subpar. Like, our removal is not quite there. It's kind of super late. Like, we got one dragon off. We haven't drawn any of our static discharges. Those would have really helped. This time I have to keep this one. We have playables here. And now we're gonna draw our white cards. The blood flies just give us a 2-drop, but they aren't. Yeah, our opponent having just the removal for it. Also, the other complaint is that we're not seeing any more fight spells. They're all bite effects. I get it that it's more powerful, but But I feel like I feel like bite effect should. Oh, opponent shows Sultai. They want to draw cards. Okay. Also that things was really helpful. It does gives us a extra out. Ah, opponent chose that so they can draw cards. Okay. So I could just exile this. I could just remove this first. Now I'm tempted to just use the Dragon Spray now because Snakeskin Veil is a thing. Yeah, let's do that. Opponent does get to put counters again, but it is. I know, Wayfarer. They could choose not to take the land, so they get to draw a card instead. They do lose a Piercing Exhale. Do they have an? Nope. Do more Initiate. This one's a bit annoying. There's actually an argument for playing the Nightblade Brigade first, but opponent's gonna renew one. Nope. They're just only gonna. You're getting a lot of card draw, all things considered. A 0 life, that does nothing. So at least we managed to block it off. Yeah, because our opponent didn't choose the other mode. Just an armament dragon that I'm trying to remember if they have a graveyard effect that just takes this. I think I can afford to take one dud. So I need to double the number of counters. This is gonna be super annoying. Yes. So I could swing with this, trade with something, then draw a card. I guess we do that. Because I don't think I have any intention of because I don't think I have any intention of blocking this one. And as soon as our opponent grows something really big, like say Host of the Hereafter, we just detainment. We just put it in detainment. Also need to do a double check when this creature it's a death trigger. Opponent is drawing a lot of cards here. So creatures with yeah, I don't think we're blocking that anytime soon. I guess if our opponent gets really greedy, yeah, they're just going for more card draw. I could swing with this one, force a double block, but I kind of want to hold on to this. We're destroying lands. So it's now a question of can we go over the top of our opponent. It's not looking great, to be honest. Needed those counters. Well, I guess if we hit our green source, we could put it back. Yeah, yeah, I'm starting to see the point of we could have just played this white-black, but our white-black straight wasn't really powerful to begin with. When it's thinking of drawing into more cards, they're gonna actually pay the life for it. So I can't block that. Take 3. So at least this way the 2 Storm Brutes can trade. Kinda wish I had the Dragonstorm Globe. It would have really helped on both this one and this one. Yeah, that one's being stranded here. But we are taking 5 damage. That said, if they swing with this, I am free to swing at this one. I will still take something out. This can only be activated as... Oh, never mind. They had another one. Maybe I should have taken this off. Who would have thought? So I swing with this. I hold everything back to block. So I'm taking this. I definitely want the ones with counters to slip through. Different kinds of counters among creatures you control. I think this is not... Oh wait, no. You can cast this with a finality counter. That just gives this... Okay, that one's fine. It doesn't have the plus yet. So take 9. So let's see. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we just take 7. So I want to stack the... They only have one air blocker, so I want to stack all the counters here. Whew! Yeah, we managed to survive there. That was a value engine. Yeah, they drew lots from it. We were very lucky there. If they had chosen the mode of putting +1/+1 and menace, I would have taken that out right away. But our opponent went for cards, so for some reason I felt like we had an additional chance. Well, right now our chances are still very slim, but we'll still keep going. Managed to squeak out a second win. It all goes downhill from here. So, Blood flies into Tactician. Okay, we have a play. I'm considering just cutting this one altogether. But it's still quite necessary. But yeah, I'm starting to notice that our curve is not low enough to support this. Okay, there's our Dragonstorm Blow. If our opponent wants to counter the Blood flies, I'm fine. Tap, drop. Okay. Opponent needed to cycle. That was not the worst. Return. Okay, that's fine too. So technically, I could make this a 5/5 flying ward, but it's not the best ward. So I go Pummeler for with reach. I'm doing this one first. See what we can take from our... Oh, you gotta be kidding me! So if they have any other... That said, we can't... So we just take. That's fine. Because they tap that, they don't have the creature. Okay, we can... Okay, we swing first. See if they see if we can clear the coast with that. So I kind of want to play the hardened tactician first. Another blood flies. See if our opponent wants to counter that or Dragon's Prey. That's fine. That's fine. We have time. We're just waiting. Ooh, the bounce is not so fine. So we don't get the swing yet. I should even consider taking time to cast Cruel Truth sometime. If you have a combat trick, I'm just gonna double block it. I'd rather get the combat trick out of the way whenever possible. Sarkhan's Resolve, in fact, that is fine. I lose both my flies, but I keep my dragon. So that said, let's see if I can bait our opponent here. Probably want that. I think I can make do with this one. Okay, we hit the dragon. Nice. Opponent most likely just goes for this. An agent. Agent's not the worst. We take 5. We hit Elspeth, but I don't want to cast that yet. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this back for the Osseous Exhale. I don't see a reason to cast it quite yet. When this creature enters, target creature. Okay, temporary.
Multiverse will be free from this scourge.
Oh, definitely want to keep both. Maybe not the blood flies, not necessarily, but definitely want to keep both. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
One fewer foe.
But yeah, we hold back. The next turn we Riding Dawnbreaker plus this. If they countered this... Nope, only concedes! Okay, Elspeth saving us. Having a... So far, Elspeth won us 2 games. So we're actually kind of surviving on the skin of our teeth. Also have to note that this is yet another game where we're playing Absan. I played a lot of games that are not Absan off screen. I managed to play a Jeskai game and a Teamer game with some amount of dragons. Okay, yeah, this is fine. And I agree. I took this token because of Elspeth. Next turn, I'd probably just go aggressive negotiations. Depends. See if our opponent plays anything. Oh, opponent. Ooh. Okay. What's the worst card of the bunch? They have a Rugged Highlands, but they won't have green anytime soon. Snakeskin Veil is going to be annoying. These are ways to go. I think I just take this. I just take the Snakeskin Veil. What's an exile effect? I could have just taken the cheese again. But the trick is pretty much opponent is going to be somewhat delayed. I could just try to draw another card here. The fact I'm gonna swing first. I don't need. I can get this on turn 6, so I don't need. So I don't need to dump a counter on it yet. And I might rather just wait for them to play something than do Stormplane Detainment and dump the counter. Really depends what our opponent has. So we're kind of crossing our fingers. Our opponent doesn't. Opponent goes Undergrowth Leopard. Oh, there's a Static Snare. The irony is that I have to play this now. They can sacrifice it in response. Which kind of is a net nothing. So they're probably just going to leave it up. So all the more we don't get to play... We don't get to dump a counter. Yep, I suspected they had the Molten Exhale. When it hits their 5 mana, so they're a bit ways away from either of these. Hit their 6 mana, they get to drop this. But we can kind of scare them. You can kind of scare them for a while. I can't take the 6. I do have a second Elspeth, so I might want this one, but I do have enough planes, so I probably don't want it yet. So we hold. I might actually have to start swinging with this because I cannot afford our opponent to just keep getting lands. Yeah, I need to start swinging with this so our opponent can swing with this. They probably want to... They probably don't want to trade. So I'm now in the position I can now swing with all of these, and I can use Sip. Yeah, this is a real dragon deck. Okay, they're 1 mana away from this. It's protection from white and protection from black too, so we really have no removal. Yes. So we're really crossing our fingers our opponent doesn't hit land number 8. Otherwise, we really have no outs to this. We happen to be in the two colors that don't have a real out to it. Yeah, we're probably still gonna lose this one. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have used it to take that one out. I thought I would have had enough time. So, but looks like we're not gonna hit that timing. Yeah, we really made a mistake on that one. And this one is X is the number of lands you control, so it's quite a bit of damage. I cannot just take 9. And I don't like the idea of giving our yeah, if our opponent, as soon as our opponent hits a land, yeah, we can concede. We really do not have the deck to be able to handle this one. Yeah, we probably made the mistake of not removing it right away. I guess I didn't realize that we were not that fast either. I thought we had a chance. But 3 wins, not great, but I guess I'll take it. So yeah, our quick draft history is not that great, but so we're hoping that things get fixed up on the next one. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Many thanks to Mark Anthony Real, Talo HG, Jericho Lagan, thank you for staying here for the long haul, and Mantilla Razon, thank you for tuning in. It's nice having you guys around here. So see you guys next week. Hope to see you guys again sometime. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. What did I get with this one? It is fine. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.